Hello everybody and welcome back. Lars here. Today we're going to go ahead, dive in and check out some more videos. Now we're going to focus today on some bad leads, maybe bad swaps, all that kind of stuff, and some neutral thrown in. So we have Defense Form Deoxys, the bane of every single Bastiodon's existence, with Carbink, right? It's a give and take. So with Carbink, we don't have to worry about Deoxys. In fact, it's not that big of a deal. Go ahead, do your thing, throw this Moonblast if you so desire. They did safe swap into a Carbink of their own, no problem. Bring in Victory Bell and use that grass against it. Carbink does not like grass, as many of you that use Carbink know, so don't worry about it. Now, what we're going to do here is, even though we're down one shield, they're going to go ahead, they're going to bring in Deoxys, do their thing. We're going to go ahead, we're going to throw this Leaf Tornado. They're going to shield it, which is great because they have two options. One, they use Psycho Boost, which is going to really damage their attack, or they could have used, their Thunder, which would have costed a lot more energy. So regardless, go ahead. They bring in something you rarely see, Wigglytuff, no problem. Using Medicham was just trying to A, remove one of their shields, and B, get the defense break. Neither happened, but you know what? It's fine. Oh, I'm sorry, we did use their last shield. We didn't get the defense break, but you can't really bank on that because the odds are just so low. So there we go. They bring Deoxys back in, no problem. Go ahead, get one last charge move off. This rock slide, and call it a day. So here we go. Next battle. Let's see what's going on here. We have let's see. All right, it's going to be Carbink versus a Gligar. Now, Gligar can cause a lot of problems. Go ahead, swap the Victory Belt. They are bringing in their Alolan Sandslash. That is Shadow. You'll see most of the time they'll be Shadow. Every once in a while you'll see a non, but for the most part, just expect Alolan Sandslash to be Shadow. So there we go. There's an Ice Punch. No problem. Here comes Gligar. I shouldn't have to tell you guys, as you already know. Go ahead, throw that Ice Punch. They opt not to shield. Totally fine. Great news for us. We're going to shield just to keep that variety going. Having, we know they can't get another one off, and having Medicham and, either Carbink or Victory Bell is going to increase our chance of winning. So here it is. We're going to go ahead, and they're going to use Power Up Punch. Now, keep this in mind. If you are using an XL Carbink, they can do 2 Power Up Punches and then throw a Psychic. It's not going to kill you. They can do 3 Power Up Punches and throw a Psychic. It's not going to kill you. It'll be close, but it's not going to kill you. Now, on that 4th one, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. But regardless, right here, what we're looking at now, it, for the most part, is looking really good for us. Not much they can do. Here it comes. They're going to go 3, 2, 1. They actually have Ice Punch here. And so all we're going to do now is throw this Moonblast, call it a day. And that's that. On to the next battle. Let's see what's going on. And what do we have? We have a Lickitung. Now, Lickitung, don't get worried. I made a mistake a long time ago when Carbink first came out, and that I would switch whenever I saw a Lickitung because of Power Whip, right? You see it there. It does, it doesn't do a lot of damage, doesn't do a little bit of damage, kind of in between. So there we go. What we're going to do, though, is we are going to get a Moonblast off, and at the very least, do a good chunk of energy. Then we're going to switch to Medicham, and now they're bringing in their Medicham, and it becomes Medicham v Medicham. As much as we can beat Lickitung is also a good choice. Maybe you don't have a Victory Bell. Maybe you're struggling with Victory Bell. You can always substitute Lickitung in for Victory Bell, and you'll have really good results. In fact, I believe on one of those infographics, it's even mentioned that team is mentioned. So yeah, go ahead, do it if you feel like it, or if Victory Bell isn't panning out. And there's another win we picked up, and we're going to go ahead, mosey on over to the next battle. Having a great Go Battle weekend. Hope you all are as well. So here we go. Now, there is a team out there that is Victory Bell, Medicham, and Bastiodon. It's basically our other team reversed, right? Keep that in mind. If you see a Victory Bell in front, probably going to have Bastiodon and Medicham in the back. Now, in a mirror match, our opponent will usually win. And here's why. They're using Acid Spray. Well, Lars, then why don't we use Acid Spray? Because it's one of the few times where Acid Spray is better than Sludge Bomb. Normally, Sludge Bomb is better, especially concerning flying types. If you ever have to safe swap into Victory Bell and there's a flyer, with the exception of Skarmory, of course, then you're going to want Sludge Bomb, at the very least to burn some shields or to force them to not be able to farm you down. Because Victory Bell is an easy farm down for a lot of flying types, and Sludge Bomb just takes that option away from them. So there we go. Ice Punch, we shield. We're down to 1 shield. They're down to 0. See what we do here. Going to throw this Ice Punch. They have 1 HP left. Now they have 0 HP left. And what do we have? We have Bastiodon. There it is. What we're going to do here, we're going to throw this Psychic just to try to break their attack. And we don't get the attack break. They're going to go ahead. They're going to do their thing, and they're going to throw a Flamethrower Stone Edge. It would have killed us had we not shielded regardless. Go ahead. Throw this Leaf Tornado. There it is. We throw it, and then we say goodnight to Bastiodon. Still love you, Bastiodon. You're still our favorite. Here we go. On to the next battle. Let's check it out. And so, yeah, be aware of that. They will not have Sludge Bomb. They always have Acid Spray. Carbink versus Medicham. Very, very common matchup, and one that had we used a Bastiodon in the front, we would be auto-switching. But for now, go ahead, leave little Carbink in. They're going to quick switch to Steelix. Be really, really aware. The higher up you get, it's very common with Medicham, and it's very common, as you'll see a little bit later, with Lickitung. Those two Pokemon, they love to save swap. So if they're not throwing charged moves, if they're just using their fast attack and going, over their charge move, like double charging, do not throw it when it becomes available. Chances are they will switch. Instead, bank the energy, save it, and then as soon as they save swap, go ahead and do the same. So here we go. Medicham versus Medicham. There it is. We're going to go ahead. We are going to throw that Psychic. They're going to go ahead, and they are going to return the favor. There's a Psychic. And now all we need to do is throw this Ice Punch here. And there it is. They shield. And so we're going to go ahead, take care of business. Throw this Rock Slide. There it is. Nowhere left to go. They have 1 HP left, but in the end, it's not really going to help them too much. So there we go. Throw that Rock Slide. Keep on keeping on. What they're doing is they're double charging here. Probably going to be an Ice Punch. Nope, Drill Run. So I probably wouldn't have done that if I were them. I probably would have just thrown the ice. But here comes an Ice Punch our way. But it's just too little, too late. Nothing else they can do. There it is. Our punch. That's that. And it's on to the next battle. Here we go. And yeah, I forgot their name, but I want to thank them. They had mentioned why I didn't show IVs, and normally, I want to make an IV video to explain some of them, but I am showing my IVs for what I'm using now, but with a little bit of a disclaimer. Keep in mind that a good example is Medicham. Some people prefer a Medicham with a little bit higher attack, so they win those CMP ties, or they have priority rather. For this team, I prefer the 5, 15, 14, but for other teams, you're probably going to want a Medicham with like a 7 or even an 8 attack. So, little disclaimer there. Our Victory Bell, it's its own thing. You're going to want a little bit higher attack, especially because Sableye is prevalent, and you can, with our Victory Bell, instead of having to use 1 shield and killing Sableye with your fast move, if you use like rank number 13 or higher, you're going to have to use 2 shields to kill Sableye with your fast move. It'll be close, but just a little disclaimer, right, during a swap in. So here we go. Enough of that. We have Nidoqueen. What do we do with Nidoqueen? We swap the Victory Bell. So there it is. They're going to go ahead. They're going to use Poison Fang here, no problem. We're going to go ahead and we're going to finish this Nidoqueen off, and now we have a full tank of gas, and then we're going to throw as soon as we can. So we're down to 1 shield. Here's this Leaf Tornado. There it is. Bastiodon, great sight. Medicham v Medicham, no problem. They have the shield advantage, but we have the advantage overall when it comes to energy, which is huge. Go ahead, let them do their thing. They're going to throw a Psychic here. There it is. Now they're at the HP threshold right here, where we can bring in Carbink and absolutely just farm him down with your fast. And then when Bastiodon comes back in, what we're going to do is we're just going to waste a bunch of time. So there we go. Medicham is no more. Go ahead, start throwing these rock slides. There it is. And the only reason why we're doing this is just to burn the clock down. Going to throw a Moonblast here, just to remove a little bit of HP, get him below half health. And so now all we need to do is we're charging. One more Moonblast. Here it is. There we go. They shield, bring in Medicham, and now throw this Ice Punch. There we go. They use their last shield, and we're going to go ahead and we are going to use our last shield as well. There it is. Couple more boops. And now it is really, really close, but guess what? Flamethrower, just a couple boops, and then they are done. We survived with 1 HP left. A victory, a win, but a very close battle. And luck definitely had a lot to play in that matchup. But it's on to the next one. Let's check it out. And we have an Alolan Sandslash, another Shadow one, no problem. Here's what we do. Same thing as Bastiodon. Go ahead, charge that Rock Slide on up using Rock Throw, right? So we're quick switching to Medicham. Normally, we would let that Drill Run hit us, but we're changing it up just a little bit, and here's the reason. People become familiar. They become familiar with what you're doing, familiar with your tactics, and a lot of times it's as simple as just catching them off guard, doing something that you wouldn't normally do, or even maybe changing up your fast moves, right? The higher up you get, you'll notice that some Pokemon will not have the same moves as normal people, and that is usually enough to get you over and beyond to Legend or wherever you want to go. So there we go. They're going to go ahead. They're going to do their thing here. We're going to shield. There's a Drill Run. And then we're going to go ahead. We're going to throw this Rock Slide and force them to either use their last shield or to let their Pokemon die. So here we go. Gligar's coming in. It is a Shadow Gligar, which is great news for us. They're going to go ahead. They tried to farm us down just a little bit. Aerial Ace. Go ahead. Let Victory Bell say goodbye. And now all we need to do, throw up that shield and then say goodnight to Gligar. There it is, and that's that. On to the next one. What do we got going on here? All the videos are a little out of order. I want to apologize, but, for having a lot, this footage would have been almost double the amount of time because there's a lot of waiting. So I just cut it all out and kind of try to organize it before saying, you know what, let's just go with it. So there we go. We throw against an Azumarill. Azumarill will normally have Ice Beam and play rough. However, due to the increase in various other rock types, they, especially Steelix, stuff like that, they are using Hydro Cannon. So please be aware of it and be careful. Here we go. We're going to go ahead. We're going to use one of our shields here. There we go. There's a foul play. No problem. Go ahead. Kill this thing before it gets another one off. Just like so. And then we're going to, as soon as we can, throw a charged move. So what do we have? We have a Gligar. No problem. Go ahead. Throw this Leaf Tornado here. They're going to shield, which is great news for us. And they lose they get an attack break. So that Aerial Ace isn't going to hit us as much. Go ahead. Throw this Ice Beam, which is super effective. We don't get stabbed, but we do not really need to worry about it. So here we go. Go ahead. Throw this Psychic here. There we go. We throw the Psychic. We say goodbye to Azumarill. Now all we need to do is get this Ice Punch off. Obviously, we're going to need a shield here. There we go. We shield. We throw in Victory Bell because why? We know they double charged. Of course they double charged. So that's why we throw in Victory Bell to absorb that damage. And now all we need to do is throw this Ice Punch and call it a day. There it is, and that's that. And there we go. So let's go ahead and let's go on to the next battle. Check it on out. And here we go. Next battle. Let's do it. Now we have a Skarmory. So that is a good lead for us. They quick switch straight to their Pokemon. They quick switch to, there we go. There's a Leaf Blade. Now normally I don't shield the first one and I'll let the second one go because normally what they'll do is they'll throw, a Leaf Blade or a Night Slash and then they'll throw the Brave Bird. But you know what? When it comes to Surfetched, it is what it is. We're always going to beat it. But yeah, keep that in mind. Go ahead and let the first one go and then shield the second if they shield the first. Normally, they'll just let their Surfetch die regardless. So they're going to go ahead. They kill us 2 shields to 1. There we go. Throw in Carbink. Normally, they won't have their Steel type move. They'll use Brave Bird, no problem. They're bringing in a Medicham. We're bringing in a Medicham of our own. They quit, and that's that. All right, it's on to the next battle. So here we go. All right, we're going to go ahead. Sableye is a good lead. It doesn't have anything that can hurt us. So that means that Foul Play cannot hurt us. It is not super effective. And guess what else isn't super effective? I'll give you a hint. It happens when you purify Pokemon. So don't worry about it. Sableye is to Carbink as, Medicham, right? Is the Sableye. There's nothing that Medicham can do to really hurt Sableye. It's very hard to beat, even with 2 shields. Same thing goes for Carbink. You can absolutely dominate Sableye, and there's nothing Sableye can really do about it. So what we're going to do here, go ahead, throw this Leaf Tornado. Absolutely throw it. They're going to go ahead. They're going to bring back in Sableye, trying to kill our... there's a return. Trying to kill our Victory Bell, but we switch just as they do. So there we go. We hit him with that Rock Slide, and that's that. End of story, and it's on to the next battle. Let's check it on out. All right, let's see what's going on, and in a few seconds, it'll load. So here we go. Next battle, what do we have here? We have a Steelix lead. Never a good thing to see, right? It is Shadow. Most people will be using a Shadow Steelix, just like Alolan Sandslash, but at the same time, go ahead, shield that one. They are bringing in Bastiodon, a Dawn of their own. We're going to go ahead. As soon as Victory Bell is dead, we get the attack break, which is great news for us, and I'll show you why here in a second. We almost get that attack off. In fact, we could have gotten the attack off, but we choose not to because we want Bastiodon to come in. We want Medicham to come in and farm down that energy. They're going to get 2 flamethrowers off, but it's kind of a moot point because really the damage, it's not going to do a lot against us. So this is back when I was running Dynamic Punch. Obviously, I have switched to Psychic, but regardless, here we go. They're going to go ahead. They're going to do their thing, and we're going to go ahead and charge up this Moonblast. We're going to use it, and obviously it's not going to be super effective, but because it is a hard-hitting move, because they are a Shadow Pokemon, it still does a substantial amount. Earthquake, no problem. We're going to go ahead, do our thing, take care of business, and now they're going to go ahead. They're going to do their thing, and they're going to throw this Ice Punch. But hey, here comes a Moonblast for them, and they have a crucial decision to make. They have to shield there. So what we're going to do here, throw this Ice Punch. There we go. Charge it on up, and we're going to throw another Ice Punch. Let this one go. There's a Power-Up Punch. Always in those situations, and as you get higher, if it's a do or die, sometimes it's better just, you know what? If we lose, we lose, but don't shield, because a lot of times people will try to, fake you out, that sort of thing. So there we go. Ice Punch, here we go. Another Ice Punch. We take care of business, and now all we need is one last little boop. Will we get it? We do, and that's that. On to the next battle. Let's check it on out. And, that's when my rank was rising there. All right, yeah. There we go. On to the next one. All right. So we're going to go ahead. They switch, obviously. Dragons want nothing to do with anything that is fairy, and I can't blame them. So they switch to their Defense Deoxys. Totally fine. Throw the Moonblast right here. There we go. They opt to shield. No problem. Go ahead. Keep at it. Keep doing your thing. And keep having a little Carbink dominate. There's a Thunderbolt. No problem. Go ahead. Throw this Rock Slide here. And there's a Rock Slide. There we go. Let them do their thing. Leave it be. Psycho Boost. No problem. Go ahead. Bring in Medicham. Let Medicham just farm this puppy down. And then what do we have here? We have, first off, notice that it is using its Water Fast move. So Lantern is its Water Fast move better than its Electric? No, of course not. It doesn't have as high EPS, but it does really well against back when we were doing the Sunshine Cup, for example. Or not Sunshine Cup, but against rock types. Rock types were really prevalent in the Sunshine Cup. Things like Steelix, really, really good Pokemon. And then also Gligar, who isn't rock, flying and ground, but still ground types, rock types. So a lot of people are using water when they can. I'm sure, if we could use Waterfall, they would as well. So there we go. Defense Form Deoxys back in the picture. Thunderbolt, no problem. Go ahead. Do your thing. Throw the Moonblast. There it is. And you'll notice on a lot of matchups where we have the potential to, or our opponent has the potential to switch, what I'll do is I'll charge it up to Moonblast, but I'll do, +1, +2, or even +3 to see if they safe swap, just to make sure that they don't. We keep them honest. And what do we have here? We have a little Alolan Sand Slash, a Shadow one. No problem. Go ahead, bring in Medicham, let Medicham do its thing, and just punch this little guy like crazy. So here we go. They are bringing in the next Pokemon. We have a Dugong. No problem. Go ahead, let Dugong do its thing. There's an Icy Wind. No problem. Go ahead, bring in Medicham, and now it's over. They know it's over, and that's that. On to the next battle. So here we go. What do we have here? We have a Sableye, a great lead for us, and they're going to go ahead. They're going to switch to Lickitung. No problem. Go ahead. Do your thing. Absolutely. Let this one hit us. Had we been using Power Up Punch and Psychic, we would charge up Psychic here and then throw the Power Up Punch to get them to, to bait the shield out. And regardless, if you are throwing Power Up Punch, you'll both have to use a shield. But at least this way, if you're going to use a shield, they're going to use a shield, right? Be greedy. So anyhow, they use both of their shields. No problem. This isn't a bad thing. Bring in Carbink. Let them do their thing. You don't necessarily need to have, the lead at every single time. And that's what I like about Carbink, is you can be a little bit more picky. So here we go. Now, what they're going to do here is they're absolutely going to throw a foul play, but they will not get number 2 off. We're going to kill it, and now we're going to throw this Leaf Tornado here against Gligar, and things are looking up. So there we go. It is a normal Gligar, which is great news for us, and even regardless, they got the attack break, so there is nothing they could do. It would take a couple of digs and then some in order to kill little Carbink there. So yeah, that's that. We win, and it's on to the next one. Let's see what we got going on. And what do we have here? It's nighttime now. Went from day to night without any sunset. Pretty amazing, huh? We have another Skarmory. So what we're going to do here, you know what? This is actually a repeat of the previous battle. My bad. But you know what? I'm going to touch on a couple of things that I missed last time. As far as Sirfetch'd goes, what you can do is, like I said, let the first one go. But be careful with Sirfetch'd, because a lot of times with people, when they're using Sirfetch'd, they might have, another fighting type in the back. They might be doing ABB, flying double fighting, which is very common and is actually kind of rough on our team. So don't be surprised if they have a Toxicroak in the back, right? If they have a, Medicham, that sort of thing. Be aware of the situation and go from there, because you could easily get burned with an ABB double fighting, especially after the Trev nerf, especially after the knockdown nerf. So be aware. Here we go. Umbreon, they quick switch to Venusaur. Horrible, horrible news for us. What we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead. We're going to let this Frenzy Plant hit for a ton of damage. Throw this Rock Slide and force them to shield. There we go. They shield. Bring in Medicham. Let Medicham do its thing. And then go ahead and let them do their thing, which is throw this Frenzy Plant. Throw up the Ice Punch. There it is. They are shielding like crazy. What are we going to do? We're going to go ahead. We're going to let this one hit us. There's a Frenzy Plant. And then we're going to bring in the Victory Bell. They quick switch straight to Umbreon. No problem. Go ahead. Shield this one. And the reason why we want to shield this one is because we want to absolutely quick switch, right? We're going to quick switch. We're going to have this foul play hit us. They opt not to charge it up, which is totally fine, because guess what? We could have gotten this Rock Slide off. They know it, and they go ahead and they decide instead to throw or use some of their energy, which is great news for us, right? Go ahead, throw the Leaf Tornado, break their attack. We have one shield to their 0, and who's coming in? Oh, it's Zoomerel, right? Great news for us. Absolutely not. We knew they were going to switch. We quick switched. We knew they were going to do it. We knew they were counting. But guess what? There is nothing else they can do. It is game over. This Zoomerel is done. They get one last Ice Beam off, but in the end, it's whatever, because we win, right? Well done to them, though. They did a good job. Very good job. All right, on to the next battle. Let's check it on out. and see what we have here. We have a Medicham lead. Handle it just like all the other Medichams, but just like Lickitung, make sure that they do not swap out as soon as you charge up that Moonblast. I've been burned so many times because of it. They're using Dynamic Punch. See? That's why you don't do it. You always charge up Moonblast, do an extra +1/+2, wait for them, see if they switch, and then switch. Because now we have all that energy ready to go. We bring in a Medicham of our own, throw that Psychic. There's a Body Slam, no problem. Go ahead. Here comes another one. So you know what? Go ahead. Do whatever you want to do. And then that's that. We're going to go ahead. We're going to throw another fast move with little Carbink here. And they're going to wait for just a few seconds. And then they're going to throw in Medicham. And now it is safe to throw that Moonblast. So there we go. They shield, bring in Victory Bell. And then we're going to go ahead here and shield this one as well. Ice Punch. Shielded. And now here comes a Gligar. So here we go. Absolutely going to shield this one. There's an Aerial Ace. And now we're going to return it with a Leaf Tornado. So here we go. There's a Leaf Tornado. They shield. We get the attack break, which is huge. Absolutely huge. There's an Aerial Ace. No problem. Bring in little Carbink here. Let them do their thing. Absolutely. Let them use this dig because we're going to hang on. Their attack is broken. Good night, Gligar. And now good night, Medicham. There it is. End of battle. We win. And yeah, that's a victory. On to the next one. That one took a lot of thinking ahead. You have to be really familiar with your team and in order to do, that sort of thing. So it definitely, this team, it can a lot. On the surface, it looks easy to use, but there are plenty of battles in which you do have to do a lot of strategy and thinking. So there we go. It's a crunch. We knew it was a crunch. No problem. This Granbull is using their Dark type Snarl attack. I used to use this on Granbull in Ultra League, and like I had done in the Little Cup, what I would do is I would not attack whenever the opponent's Pokemon would come out, like if it was Dragon, whatever, and I would let them switch because they thought, this person has Charm, and so it's so easy to get ELO that way, right? In fact, last season Little Cup, I did that with, God, who was it? I ended up getting to, I think it was 3,200 before there was nobody left to fight with Cottony. I was using the grass instead of Charm. And yeah, I got to the point where there was nobody left to fight. It was just me and one other guy, and I would see him like every day. And then I got done. I'm tired of waiting like 5 to 10 minutes per battle. And so yeah, little things like that can really aid you in gaining ELO. So there we go. We're going to have a Sableye. So here it is. This battle, forgot to speed it on up. So they quick switch. They bring in a Lantern. It looks almost like slow motion. Sorry about that, folks. And now at this point, all we need to do is just use our fast move. Here we go. Go ahead. Watch them throw their, what are they going to throw? Surf. Remember, in the past, they could get 2 Surfs off or 1 Thunderbolt. Now, since the nerf, the Lantern nerf, fast move nerf, now they can only get 1 Surf or 1 Thunderbolt off. Doesn't matter which one they choose. Normally, they will choose Thunderbolt because it does more damage, but they are able to get in 1 Surf as well if they so choose. Oh, who is it? It's Shadow Alolan Sandslash. Things are looking really up for us. So there we go. Go ahead. They farm it on down. No problem. Bring in Medicham here. Let Medicham do its thing. Just start punching in that Matrix slow motion fashion. There we go. There's a drill run. And now all we need to do is just bring in Carbink here, and there's nothing they can do. It literally is over, especially with 2 shields to 1. It's just dragging on. They might just be trying to see, sometimes I'll do that where even though it's over, I'll test the waters. I'll try to find if there's not something, if there's something I want to just build precedent on, see how it works, and then maybe implement it in the future. Another battle that is actually, viable that I could win. So there we go. We throw that Moonblast. There is nothing left that they can do. I think they're just maybe right now trying to burn a shield here. And so, yeah, go ahead. Do your thing. Here it comes. There's a drill run, but it's not going to kill us. 1 more boop, and that's that. And we're on to the next one. One that I promise is going to be a little bit faster, right? Here we go. Not just a one-time speed. So there we go. We have a lantern lead. Now, I've been getting a lot of questions about this, how to handle lantern. Notice it has its electric fast move, not the water. So it's going to charge a little bit faster. There's a surf. What we're going to do here is we're going to charge up. We're going to tank the surf first off, and then we're going to throw the Moonblast. There we go. They shield. We're bringing in Victory Bell, getting one fast move off. They choose to bring in Gligar. Bad decision for them because we're going to shield here. Aerial Ace, we're going to throw this Leaf Tornado like so. There it is. They shield. Great news for us. We get the attack break. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to let our beloved little cut plant die. We're going to bring in our Carbink. They're going to do whatever they think they can do. But even with a dig, we're looking really good. There it is. And now they bring in Lantern. No problem. Go ahead. Let this surf hit us. We're going to quick switch to Medicham. So there it is. Go ahead. Let this one hit us as well. No biggie. There's a Thunderbolt. We're still looking really, really good. And then their Lantern is down. What are they going to do here? What are they going to do? Well, here comes we see the normal type symbol in the upper right hand corner. Oh, it's Vigoroth, looking good, and we get the defense break to boot. So there it is. They quick switch to Gligar, but in the end it is futile. So here we go, on to the next one, and here it is. Yep, here we go. All right, let's check it on out, see what's going on. We have a Carbink versus another defense form Deoxys. No problem. Just like always, charge on up that Moonblast, but be careful because they might try to switch out. So there we go. Thunderbolt, no problem. Go ahead, bring the Moonblast action. So here it is. They shield, totally fine. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to keep on charging. We're going to throw this Rock Slide here. And there it is. They opt not to shield, which is fine. Like I said, if you can get through it, even if they have the lead, if we've wasted one of their shields, we're looking good. So they bring in Sableye. Totally cool. Go ahead, shield its first move because it's not going to get a second move off. Now, had we been using like number 13, a number 13 Victory Bell listed on PB Poke, they would get 2 moves off, right? So it is really close. Make sure you are using proper Victory Bell IVs, and I will go over it with you guys as far as what you need to do in a separate video. So there we go. Medicham's coming in. We knew what they were going to do. Go ahead, let the Psycho Boost hit us because their attack has been really lowered. So what do we have? Mandibuzz, a popular Pokemon that I'm seeing a lot of. Actually, quite an uptick. I forgot for a while that Mandibuzz even existed in Crate League because it was so rare. But lately we've been seeing a whole bunch, and it's always because of the same thing in response to the meta. Go ahead, let Carbink do its thing. So they're going to go ahead, they're going to kill little Carbink here, and then we're going to punch them once, and then we say goodbye to their Mandibuzz. And that's that. Bye, Deoxys as well. All right, on to the next one. Let's check it on out, see what's going on. What have we got? What have we got here? We have a Dugong. So, with Dugong, beware because it does note both Drill Run and Icy Wind, but it is weak to Rock. So, it's a give and take. With Carbink, absolutely leave Carbink in, especially because Drill Run does not get Stab, right? Because it's a Water and Ice type. So, we're bringing in Medicham. They are bringing in their Sableye. Kind of figured. Now, if they have a Dugong and a Sableye, be thinking what they could have in the third space, right? So chances are, and I'm thinking in my head, what could they have? Trevenant would actually be a good choice for this, right? We used to see a lot of sort of, I don't want to say ABB, but you'll see Sableye and Trevenant because they go really well together, like PB and J if you're from the US. If not, pick your local favorite and go with it, right? So there we go. Dugong. Go ahead, shield it. Icy Wind, there it is. And now we take care of business. We take care of Dugong, although our little attack has been broken. No problem. They have a Carbink as well. Throw that Leaf Tornado, break their attack. They realize it's over, and that's that. And it's on to the last battle of the night. And this video was a little bit longer, so I apologize. I just wanted to make sure we get all of the videos in, kind of going back in time, because that's when I hit expert, right? So yeah, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna check out the next video, which is the last one, like I said, and that'll be that. The battle is starting, and here we go. Well, it's trying to start. As soon as we find an opponent, it'll start. Here we go. Gonna keep trying to find somebody. And yeah, also want to thank all of you guys. A lot of great comments, a lot of great questions, and I want to thank you all for that. And so here we go. Carbink. Now, Tapu Fini. What do I do, Lars? What do I do with a Tapu Fini? Well, it does know a water fast move, so it's going to hurt. It also knows Surf, which is going to equally hurt, right? No problem. Go ahead, charge up this Moonblast and throw it, and it's going to force them to shield. They do. Then we're going to quick switch to Victory Bell, get a couple of fast moves off, which is huge. They don't expect you to quick switch just like that, so you'll usually get 2 fast moves off. Let whatever Alolan Sandslash is going to do, let it do it, because we want to save those shields. There's a Drill Run, no problem. Go ahead and wait for just a second. They bring in Gligar, but they're down a shield, remember? So this is actually working out really well for us. Throw that charge move, and now all we're going to do is we're absolutely going to shield here. Absolutely going to shield. There's an Aerial Ace. Go ahead, throw this Ice Punch. There it is. They opt not to shield. We are bringing Carbink back in, and our little tanky friend, all it's going to do is shield here. There we go. They're going to use 2 charge moves and then 1 fast move from Metacham, and that's that. Thank you all for watching.